Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Nier Reincarnation, we had the live stream last night. Let's recap what they announced. As usual, I live blogged it in my community posts. Also, I made a predictions video a week ago. I'll link to it below, but I'll also talk about my predictions as we go through here. But let's go out of order. Let's talk about the roadmap first. The number one thing I was looking out for this live stream was info on when the next chapter of the main story was coming, and we got word here. And, as I suspected, we are getting it on a faster pace than usual. I said that previously because Chapter 1 was brief compared to earlier installments, that if Chapters 2 and 3 are similarly brief, it wouldn't be cool to make us wait 3 or 4 months for each. And then, assuming the yellow cage with Leon is Chapter 4, they haven't confirmed that yet. Extending that schedule out, we get 2 in July, 3 in September, and 4 in November. And that leaves a 3-month empty space until 3rd anniversary. What is in that 3-month stretch? Christmas and New Year, of course, but beyond that, it's impossible to say, so I won't say anything. In July, summer is returning. I hope for buffs to the Year 1 units. I said in a community post, but hopefully they upgrade Akeha to become the best water greatsword attacker in the game. Hopefully they give even more agility to Leon, maybe more light damage too. And then Fio needs a lot of help. I don't even know what they could give her to make her usable anywhere. Then in August, we have the 2.5 anniversary, and what worries me there in the red area is a new way to buff your characters. Another fucking jump in power creep. Just this year, we got level 100 and fragments, enough already. I was rolling my eyes back when they introduced slabs, to be honest. They announced it, and they billed it as a way to customize your characters, and that sounded cool, but it turned out that all the characters had the exact same available buffs. So it was just stat inflation and giving users busy work to keep up with the Joneses. Level 100 and fragments are basically the same thing, just stat inflation. Awakening is the only interesting upgrade because of unique abilities and debris items, and that is largely walled off to free-to-play users. I'm not a fan of how the developers have handled all of this, but most of PvE is doable free-to-play. The Fate boards maybe being the biggest exception. And I got 11 in the Arena Showdown as free-to-play, so it's hard to get too angry. Still, we don't need or want another way to buff our guys. What we want is true generic Awakening Stones. However, if they deliver on their slabs promise and let us customize our guys, then I would be on board with that. Like, I like tanky characters, so if I can make my guys more tanky than other users, that would be fun. Alright, let's get to the actual announcements. They did a quick poll, and then there's the winner for the Mama Design Contest. You can look at the other entries looking at the live stream. I'll link to that below too. But Red Riding Hood Mama, and then they will implement this into the game in autumn, they said. It'll be a handout for all players, so we can look forward to that. And then there was indeed a collaboration announcement, and that is Final Fantasy XIV returning. In my predictions video, I said this was the most likely, and I said that because from the developer's point of view, it would be the easiest and cheapest to do. Something like Persona is tough and expensive to do, and it introduces new characters into the game, which the developers don't want. I saw on Twitter someone say that if the game wanted to make money, that they would do Sino Alice Part 2, but actually, if you look at the numbers, Sino Alice performed like an average month for the time, while Final Fantasy XIV and Persona performed well above average, maybe about 30% better. Also, we just had a Sino Alice revival, and they wouldn't do that if new characters were on the horizon. That would upset people, I think. But Red Mage Lars, Samurai Udil, and Black Mage Sadia, they look terrific, and I'm especially happy for Lars fans. Since the beginning of the game, he's been underrepresented. It's great to see him here. It's funny, when Final Fantasy XIV came out last year, someone did a fan art of Lars in a Red Mage costume, and everyone was retweeting it today. If I can save up for the shard exchange once in my global account during the event period, I'll pull. I would like to do fashion checks for Lars and Udil in particular. For the event period, it looks like no new quests, so probably not a lot of new gems to be had here. There will be a new handout weapon, it looks like a fist, Zeros, and they will also give another chance to get the Moogle companion, who is very strong, so that's cool. And in the game now is a paid banner, where it guarantees a costume you don't have, and it includes, I think, limited and seasonal, and then also the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration characters. And it looks like you can pull it up to 3 times, I think. And I see people out there saying that they have every character except for like 2 or 3, so this is a great chance for them to kind of pick up those characters, complete their collections. And later this week there will be a free handout exchange coin for everyone to pick up a Final Fantasy XIV character from last year. Later I'll make a video going over their buffs and then thinking who would be a good choice to pick up. I don't have Noelle, so I will pick up Noelle. Okay, next, the Arena Showdown is returning. This is exciting. After playing the first one, I really haven't played Arena hard since then. No concrete details on how the setup is different from before, if at all, and I might cover those when they are announced. But one thing different is that Colme, head of game design, will add a super strong NPC team he created as like a secret boss. I assume as an NPC it will not be ranked, but it'll be interesting to see if beating it or losing to it will affect our ranks. And then I'll make a video fighting it with a variety of teams. I'm assuming it's going to be put into the global version as well. Then there is Recollections of Dusk news, and Lars will be next. We have a Lars rush going on. Again, I'm happy for Lars fans. I said recently I was hoping for Noelle for story reasons, and a couple people replied telling me that they were waiting for F66X for similar reasons. And so introducing Lars here tells me the developers feel that they have some leeway and time on those 2 important characters. I really love Recollections of Dusk, Livonia, and Gale, and their weapons. I plan on using them for the Arena Showdown, and I look forward to seeing Lars and his sword. It doesn't look like Lars, the Awakening 5, is going to be available for the Arena Showdown, but his weapon, maybe. Probably not, actually. And they are also making efforts to make Recollections of Dusk's quests more accessible. With Fio here, they will remove the character requirement, and then also allow folks to use the same weapon multiple times. But they will introduce an element requirement, which will restrict the use of burn and poison, which I am sad about. Okay, and then finally, this is interesting. They will do a user survey on now in JP, coming later for a global, and the top 10 most popular costume picks will get buffed and get pickup rates on a special banner. I'm more interested in the buffs rather than the banner part, but they are including limited, seasonal, and the Nier collab characters, not including like Persona for contract reasons, I'm sure. What I hope for, and what seems to be the case, is that JP and Global will have different banners and buffs decided by different surveys, and it'll be interesting to see how the communities choose differently. If it indeed does play out this way, it'll be kind of the first time Global gets something unique. And I'll make a video of my JP picks to give a preview for the Global players. Okay, I think that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.